Welcome back. Today we are diving straight into a really fascinating conversation from chapter 23 of Speak English Like an American. The chapter is called Bob Has a Surprise Visitor, and let me tell you, it is an absolute goldmine of everyday idioms. But we aren't just going to read them. To make sure these phrases stick permanently, we're going to use some incredible visual memory techniques pioneered by Tony Buzan. By the end of this explainer, you won't just understand these expressions, you're literally going to see them, feel them, and recall them instantly. Ready? Let's jump in. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, listen and repeat. Second, the memory palace journey. And finally, a summary and final drill.
Section 1. Listen and repeat. Phonetics and audio foundation.
All right, let's set the scene. Peter kicks things off saying, "Hi, Bob. I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd stop by." Bob replies, "Come on in. Take a cookie." Peter says, "Thanks. I'm glad to see you're not holding a grudge against me for firing you." Bob responds, "Not at all. At first, it burned me up, but I feel better now." And Peter says, "Good. I'm glad you have no hard feelings. How would you like your old job back?" Right out of the gate, notice those three key phrases: holding a grudge, burned me up, and no hard feelings. Let's see where this goes. The plot thickens here. Bob asks, "What happened to your wonderful new manager?" Peter confesses, "She drank at work. By 5 o'clock, she'd be lying under a dining room table, 3 sheets to the wind. Yesterday, I finally got rid of her." Bob, in total disbelief, says, "Let me get this straight. You replaced me with some crazy woman who got plastered every day on the job?" Wow, incredible dialogue. We've got 4 heavy hitters right there. 3 sheets to the wind, got rid of, get this straight, and got plastered. Keep that momentum up as we finish the conversation. Let's bring this argument home. Peter admits, "Yeah, I lost my head." Bob shoots back, "I don't think you lost your head. I just think you've got rocks in your head." Peter pleads with him, "Bob, I'm trying to level with you. I never should have let you go." Bob dismisses it. "No use crying over spilled milk." Desperate, Peter asks, "So you'll come back and work for me?" And Bob laughs, "Not on your life. Susan and I are very well off now. We just sold our new company for a small fortune." The drama absolutely makes these idioms pop. We're looking at lost my head, rocks in your head, level with you, let you go, crying over spilt milk, not on your life, well off, and small fortune. Section 2. The Memory Palace Journey, Anchoring with Tony Buzan's Principles.
Okay, here is our mental map. We're going to physically place these phrases inside a house. We'll start at the entrance at minute 1, move through the foyer and hallway at minute 3, stop in the kitchen at minute 5, and finish up with the living room finale around minute 7. By linking these idioms to physical, spatial locations, we are basically tricking our brain into remembering them effortlessly. So let's walk up to that front door.
You reach out to ring the doorbell, but wait, it's not a button. It is a giant, snarling, angry face. It's literally growling at you, refusing to let anyone inside. That face is holding on to past anger. It is holding a grudge. When someone refuses to forgive and forget an old offense, they are that angry doorbell, holding a grudge. Picture that snarling face. Now, you step onto the welcome mat, but instantly, boom, it erupts into bright red, roaring flames. You can literally feel the intense heat scorching the bottoms of your shoes. You are furious. The situation completely burned me up. Whenever an American says it burned me up, they mean it made them incredibly angry, just exactly like stepping on a flaming welcome mat. So you stumble past the fire into the foyer, and standing right in the middle of the room is a giant, soft, fluffy marshmallow man. You're still so annoyed from the fire that you just punch him, but he absorbs the hit, bounces right back, and smiles at you warmly. He's totally fine. There are absolutely no hard feelings. This is the perfect image for resilience. When an argument is over and no one is secretly angry anymore, there are no hard feelings, just a smiling marshmallow man. Moving on, you head to the coat closet to hang up your jacket. You yank open the door and whoosh! Inside there are 3 white bed sheets flying around in this violent, chaotic, drunken tornado. They are just crashing into the walls, completely out of control. This wild, unforgettable image is your anchor for 3 sheets to the wind, which is a classic, very colorful idiom for being highly intoxicated or drunk. I guarantee you will never open a closet again without thinking of those drunken sheets. Right next to the closet is the shoe rack. You reach down to pick up a pair of shoes, but the very second your finger touches them, poof, they vanish into thin air. You try to grab another pair, and poof, gone. You have magically eliminated them. You got rid of them. When you get rid of something, you throw it away or remove it entirely, exactly like those magically vanishing shoes. Walking further down the hallway, you stop at the hall mirror. Except it's not made of glass at all. It is a giant, flat, rigid ruler. And it suddenly reaches out and physically flattens your hair and straightens your clothes into perfect, rigid lines. It forces order. It wants to get this straight. When you need to clarify the facts of a very confusing situation, you say you need to get this straight, just like that giant ruler demanding absolute order. Okay, let's step into the kitchen. Imagine a massive gallon bucket of wet, heavy, white drywall plaster. Suddenly, it tips over and pours all over the beautiful kitchen counters, hardening instantly into a messy, solid rock. The kitchen is completely ruined. It got plastered. This is another extremely common slang phrase for someone who drank way too much and became heavily intoxicated. They got plastered. Now look up at the kitchen ceiling fan. But wait a second. That is not a fan. It is a detached human head spinning wildly around the room, completely out of control. The person lost my head, meaning they panicked or acted foolishly in a moment of stress. Now look down at the kitchen table. You can't even sit there because it's entirely covered in giant, heavy boulders. If someone accuses you of having rocks in your head, they are bluntly telling you that you're acting incredibly stupidly, as if your brain was literally replaced by heavy boulders. You leave the kitchen and spot a painting hanging on the wall. Except, as you get closer, you see it's actually a giant carpenter's spirit level. You know, that tool with the little green bubble inside. It is glowing, bringing perfect, flat, honest balance to the entire room. Everything is perfectly horizontal. It is trying to level with you. When you level with someone, you drop the act. You are being completely honest, fair, and telling them the absolute truth. We walk past the window next. Suddenly, a giant hand reaches right in, grabs you, and simply opens its fingers to drop you outside. It let you go. This is actually the standard, polite American business idiom for firing someone. You land on the floor outside, right next to a massive, sticky puddle of milk. Someone is sitting there crying loudly over it, but a giant red X blocks their face. Why? Because it's useless. There is no use crying over spilt milk. You literally cannot undo what has already been done. We finally burst into the living room for our grand finale. Step 1, you try to flip the light switch, but it violently shocks you and literally screams, "Not on your life," meaning absolutely, definitely, no way. Step 2, you recover and go to sit on the sofa, but it's incredibly hard and shiny because it's made entirely out of pure, solid gold bars. You feel extremely rich. You are well off. Step 3, you look over at the coffee table and there is a tiny, magical, glowing man dancing around and tossing gold coins absolutely everywhere. He is literally a small fortune. Section 3, Summary and Final Drill, Consolidating Your Fluency. Okay, take a breath. We just walked through a surreal, hilarious, and totally bizarre house together. But guess what? We survived. And more importantly, your brain just absorbed a massive amount of vocabulary without any boring rote memorization. Here are all 15 idioms together on the screen. Let's do one final rapid-fire auditory run-through. Picture that house as I say them. Doorbell, holding a grudge. Welcome mat, burned me up. Foyer, no hard feelings. Closet, 3 sheets to the wind. Shoe rack, got rid of. Mirror, get this straight. Kitchen counter, got plastered. Ceiling fan, lost my head. Table, rocks in your head. Painting, level with you. Window, let you go. Floor, crying over spilled milk. Light switch, not on your life. Sofa, well off. Coffee table, small fortune. Absolutely incredible work. Honestly, it really makes you wonder, is spoken fluency just a bunch of boring translations on flashcards, or is it a vividly decorated mental room just waiting to be unlocked? Think about that. See you in the next explainer.